We borrow the earth from the future and try to preserve its bounty from overuse. Unintentionally, we are a dangerous species, poised between exploitation and adoration of the natural world, having to choose between development and conservation, balancing how to see the countryside as a place to escape to free the imagination and heal the soul, and as a place to make a living. I'm spending time in the Wye Valleys and wandering in the woods. I'm finding time layered in the land and singing through the trees, imagining fables tangled in the roots and ancient tribes gathering berries and fruits. I'm hearing history whispering in the swaying of the leaves. For iron and ships, they felled the trees and hillsides stripped to feed the furnace fires. The revolution of industry and slavery, forming our economy. Enormous wealth was wrought from labour, stolen, sold and bought. The clamour of the past, quiet now, and a peaceful paradise calls my spirit home. Captive of the oak, ash and thorn, rest a while, the dance must go on. Hide in the moon and shadows, nothing can harm you now. Nothing can harm you now. Admiral Nelson came to the Forest of Dean on the English side of the Wye in 1802. He was seeking out timber for building ships, and he was concerned about how little woodland there was left. So he ordered the planting of 30 million acorns. And before the trees were mature, building ships from wood was history. And thus the law of unintended consequences played out. And today, that heart-shaped oak forest is the biggest in the whole of Britain, breathing and being, seamlessly allowing all manner of life to blossom, bloom, and belong. A small shelf in nature's apothecary. Hawthorn berries for heart and blood. Hazelnuts, energy and flavour for life. Beech nuts, aspirin in ancient times. Acorns, dried and ground for stomachache. Rose hips for vitamin C and a dish of tea. Lichen, dye for clothes and growing where the air is clean. Nature is abundant, but we can be extreme. One of today's threats to paradise comes from our desire for free-range chicken. Millions of birds are farmed on the edges of the valleys which lead into the River Wye. And the unintended consequence is that the river is dying at a heartbreaking speed. Intensive agriculture, often hidden from view, pollutes the earth and waters, and we are balancing ourselves again between exploitation and adoration of nature. As tiny drops of water in the river of life, or seeds upon the wind, we are called both to letting go and holding on. Lay your head against the bark of a tall tree. Still your mind and find your heart so easily. The leaves are breathing and the branches sway. As you watch them dancing, can you hear them say, lay your head against the bark of a tall tree. Still your mind and find your heart so easily.